Hi, everyone. Welcome to another amazing topic of conversation. I want to thank my sponsors, the Health Channel. So please sign up for their newsletter with anything regarding your health. And if you ever need any workspace, even if it's an office for an hour or a month, Alexa's workspaces can accommodate you. And please go to hermosamujer.net if you want to own your digital business within this ecosystem that will help you create your own business and sell online. So Cindy, thank you so much for joining me today.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
You've been on the news, you've been everywhere. So I really want to hear the behind the scenes of everything that's going on. First of all, congratulations on being named the best of the best on real estate.
Thank,
So
thank you for 2024. Thank you.
yes, I think that was amazing. And the other part is that you're the only woman running for commissioner of Aventura in a race full of men.
Yes. Yeah, that's
So
true.
as you can see, we're all about empowering women, and it's really amazing that you're going all about it. So tell me, first of all, how has it been running with all men?
So it's been interesting, right? And I live in a man's world in the world in my business world. So I'm used to it and I have a vast experience with it. But this race in particular has some big personalities, some well-known names, and it's not been too welcoming, but it's been challenging, but it's been a lot of fun.
But at least it has been civil.
It's
Like
been
I
very,
haven't, yeah, it
yeah,
has been civil. You're running against very decent people. So it's completely different of what I had to go through.
yes. No,
And
they've been gentlemen. They've been, the different seats have been very kind, and supportive in that way, for sure. And my seat, my, competition has been, very kind as well. It's not been, tumultuous.
so, as you know, I get a lot of calls still from people within the city asking me, telling me a lot of issues. Some don't even know that I'm not even involved in the city anymore. But I can tell you some of the issues that I've been hearing and tell me your take on it.
Okay.
So number one, I know that when I was still commissioner, the freebie was passed. And it was supposed to be an alternative for traffic. But what I'm hearing is everybody calling that it takes 45 minutes to an hour, that the older people don't know how to use the app because we need to be considerate on technology and age. So what's happening there?
So it's my understanding that it is taking a while to get those freebies when you order them. And that's from my conversations with some of the aging population. They do have a challenge with that app. And even with assistance from their aides and people maybe that where they live, it's still a challenge to get the freebie and then get to where they need to go. So that the idea behind it was to alleviate traffic, and I think that it might have done some of that, but it's not been perfected yet. We either need to, in my opinion, bring back some of these bus routes that we had, the local Aventura free bus routes, or if there's an opportunity to invest in more freebies, which I heard some of the conversation in different meetings that might be something they're looking into, the current commission. If that resolves it, I would have to see the studies to understand if it would, but that's That's been the conversations that I've heard, and those are my thoughts.
Okay. So the other part is, and it has always been the community and the kids going to school, that they did not make the lottery, that they had to go somewhere else. So I've been hearing conversations of building a new school, but that has been going on for, I don't know, more than 4 or 5 years. So what's your thought on that?
So we have a huge waiting list at ACES, the charter school, the elementary charter school, which goes K through 8. And we have a huge waiting list for the high school now, which is, kudos to them. And I've been very involved in both of those schools for many, many years. I've sat as the PTA president for 15 years at ACES and the ESOC president. And then when my children were able to go to the high school here, I sat as the PTA president there and the president of the foundation. So I have some deep, intimate knowledge of both of these schools and still active with them as well. And what this current commission has looked to do is purchase land to build a middle school. So that would make the Aventura Charter Elementary School just K through 5. Then they would move 6 through 8 to the new building, and the high school is the high school. That would alleviate a lot of the waiting list for the elementary schools for sure. And it would alleviate the waiting list for the middle school. The high school would not have that relief. They would still have a waiting list. So there is discussions, and I have some ideas of my own of how to maybe flip-flop it and put your middle school in the current high school building and put your new building as your high school. So now you can accommodate those off of the high school list. And you have a big building to accommodate, 6 through 8, way bigger than what they have today, and would accommodate that wait list. And I think through proper planning and putting your minds together, you can create a better solution for our kids that need to go to the local schools and want to go to the local schools.
Actually, flipping it can be a really good idea.
Thank you.
Um, Traffic. I know that traffic is in the mind of everyone. I know that the city, there's only two ways coming in through the city. But there was a bridge that was connecting to the Bright Line station, and that would have alleviated. And it was approved and everything was going, and it's been like 6 years and nothing has happened. Do you know anything about that?
So I know the bridge is approved. Apparently there's been some recent meetings I've not been a part of, but when elected, I'm going to make sure that the bridge is built. If there are challenges with building that bridge, then those should have been discovered years ago, and hopefully we can overcome them. And I'm sure there are solutions to get it done. In addition to the bridge, there's an opportunity to possibly increase ridership on the tri-rail. So for those that want to come to the city, who work in the city, who need a more economical way to get to our city, we can get them through the tri-rail, and then possibly have new bus routes or private bus routes that now bring them from the tri-rail station in Hollywood to the city of Aventura. So traffic is a problem, the bridge needs to be built, and we need to come up with creative solutions. And I think that I can help make that happen.
Well, if that happens, then you can take advantage of all the low income that's being built in all over Hollywood and Hollandale, because literally Aventura doesn't have any more space.
Correct. And we do have all of those new apartments that are being built, not in Aventura. They're being built in North Miami Beach on the Dixie Highway railroad tracks, which are a little bit more affordable than Aventura. But you're correct, in Hollywood and Hallandale, they're even more affordable. So if we can accommodate our people that want to live close to Aventura and work in Aventura, or want to be a part of our community just a little bit on the outskirts, there are solutions.
So Cindy, will you have time for your passion with Ellie's Army?
Of course I will. So I currently wear about 7 or 8 hats in my life, in my
I
work.
know.
And
People ask me, when do you sleep?
yeah, exactly. And I don't sleep too much, but I'm good at wearing all the hats and making it all happen. And one of my priorities is Ellie's Army. I sit as the president of that foundation, Ellie's Army Foundation, which is a national organization. And I also chair with my husband the Dirty Socks, Ellie's Army Dirty Socks 5K walkathon, which we are on our 6th year this year. It's held in Aventura, starts at the Aventura Library, and it really has become a community event. Last year, we had about 600 residents come out, walking the circle, running the circle with bikes and all different things. And we had support of the police and the fire, and a lot of celebrities came out. The news stations were out there. So it's a big deal because it raises a lot of money for terminally ill children who are fighting to live another day. And that's what we do. We, as the Ellie's Army Foundation, we pay for mortgages, we buy them cars, we get them out of debt so they can take care of their dying children.
When is the next race?
February 25th, Sunday, February 25th. It'll be held at Aventura Library as a start. And I would love for everyone, all of your viewers, anyone from anywhere to please come. And you can do it virtually, but the real exciting part is to be with us in person. So I hope everyone will join us.
Yeah, we're committed to running as the Power of the Heels team.
And we're excited to have you.
So on another note, your other hats.
Yes.
Tell me more about your other hats, the real estate part.
So yeah, one of my main jobs in my career today is in real estate. I've held my broker's license since I'm 16 years old. I was an agent, then I'm a broker, and for many years, I did it for family, friends, and myself, not really out there because I am an attorney. And I've opened and sold and closed and bought different businesses along the way. And when I sold my last business 15 years ago, I said, I'm going to go right into real estate, which I've always loved. So for that amount of time, I've been full-time, and I do everywhere from Palm Beach down to Miami Beach. But the bulk of my business is from Aventura. And I was recently awarded the best of the best for 2024 from the Aventura residents and the surrounding communities, Bal Harbor and Bay Harbor and Sunny Isle. They all voted, and I won. So I'm pretty proud of that.
Oh, that's pretty amazing.
Thank
What was
you.
your business? What was the business that you sold?
So I've had a couple. One was Crone Chocolatier. It was in Bal Harbor, and then I moved it to Aventura Mall. So that was my business. I did a social security disabilities business that I sold. Not as sexy as chocolate, but quite lucrative. I had a gift giving business for many years, and a few others that I purchased and I sold. So I, diversified with my investments.
That's pretty creative. So Cindy, thank you. Thank you. And for everyone that have not voted, please go out and vote. We need another woman in the commission. We need another perspective, and we would need the feminine touch
Yes.
that I
Yes.
know that will come with you to the commission. So
Thank you.
above all, stay safe. Let's hope for peace.
Yes.
Until next week. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.